Welcome back to Powerhouse. When building your house, there are lots of different options out there, especially when it comes to materials. This is Perry Penske, and he is with Extreme Panels, and you're going to tell us about structural insulated panels, which is what they've used here in this home. Explain to us what that is.
Structural insulated panels are expanded polystyrene in a sheet form that we glue to wood skins inside and out. These wood skins are oriented strand board, 7/16 OSB that is 8 foot by 24 foot in one piece. So we can make gigantic pieces. You're seeing just a small piece here. And this is actually a spline connection where the other panel would come onto it. And when
I see. And then this one would fit right.
Correct. We're caulking
right
all the way around. We're putting caulk here, 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 and here, and then the other panel adjoins to the next one. So envision that being an 8 foot wide panel, 24 foot long in one piece. That's how big these things can be. This hole right here is called an electrical chase, and we actually have them here right in the house where they're at this is at your switch height right here, and it goes continuous throughout the wall. And we have a vertical chase right here that goes from top to bottom. They're marked at the bottom of the panel. And then when you're simply done wiring this, you put the plug back in here, put some expandable foam in there, put the plug in, and it will be like you just never cut the hole.
So this foam sandwich basically
Yes.
it's not only the structure of the home, but it's also the insulation all in one. How does that affect the cost for the homeowner?
All in one, and that's a great point. The cost of this is a little bit different than your conventional studs getting delivered to the job site, your sheathing, vapor barrier, insulation. We have it all in one piece. And what that does is our cost of construction right up front is maybe a little different. But when we're done, we're going to have almost the same cost as your conventional stud-framed house.
So it's pretty competitive then, and
It's
people
very
shouldn't rule it out
competitive.
because it's newer technology.
Correct. It's very competitive. Once the panels are erected in such a small amount of time, the labor savings to put this house up compared to your conventional stud-framed house, it's a lot different. And that's, again, a big savings for the homeowner.
So it sounds to me like you make these customized for a house. So a house like this that has so many different angles and all of that stuff, you just pop it all together with these customized pieces. That must be pretty environmentally friendly then.
Yes, it's very environmentally friendly. And in this house, we have a lot of little pieces that are cut out of gigantic pieces. Well, in our factory, we will actually take that waste, and we have great methods to get rid of it that don't go into the landfill. And it's a huge reason why when you get panels delivered to the job site, you don't need a dumpster until after the panels are up.
Well, here in the Midwest, you know, R value is very important to us with these extreme temperatures. Let's talk about R value.
R value in this 6.5-inch wall, it is about an R26. And the thing about the solid foam core is you do not have studs in the wall. And every 16 inches, when you don't have that loss of R value, it makes a huge difference on the whole wall and how the whole assembly performs. So when you're actually looking at a whole wall and testing it, you are getting a full R26 out of this wall instead of the normal stud wall that has an R19 bat in it with studs every 16 inch on center. You can get down to an R8 to 10 or 11.
That's a really good point. Or the insulation too would kind of hold some cold air in there, and so that would be modified, but
Sure.
This is going nowhere, and this is always going to retain that R value.
Correct. And the neat thing about a structural insulated panel is the symmetry of the system. It doesn't care if it's cold out or hot out on the outside skin. When we build in the Midwest, we build for the heating season. So we always put our vapor barrier on the inside. Well, in the summer months when we are cooling, we're actually built wrong. But the benefit of the SIP panel is it doesn't care what time of the year it is. It performs better in the hot and the cold, and it just performs great. Last week I just had a customer call that said she was actually crying, and normally that's not a good sign, but in this case the end was a good outcome. Her January heat bill for her house was $39. Her previous home that she lived in, it was over $300 in January. We saved her $300 a month in her heating bill.
Well, that's a great story. Good to know there are lots of options out there if you're building a new home.